determined to live it. The mind is the battleground. The fight is in your mind. Are you ready for the next level? What are you going to do with the time you have left? If you live very long at all of your youthful idealism gives way to the harsh realities of life itself. When you were a teenager, you thought you knew everything. But when you got to put everything in practice, you found out it wasn't as easy as you thought it was. Life has a way of making you close your mouth. Life will mute you, shut you down. Because all of us, if you live long enough, will go through a
we promote cell meetings. So today I purposely just kept quiet. So there's going to be nuggets and nuggets anyway. And this morning, remember what I've always wanted to talk about? I'm going to talk about it this morning in the next 15 to 10 minutes, and I bring up another elite vision leader, the gladiator, to help us summarize it, okay? Now, this morning I want to talk about the law of reciprocity. The law of reciprocity. If you caught that, please, if you can hear, I'm sure we can hear me, right? You can hear me. We can hear me. Okay, yeah, we can hear me. We can hear me. I believe we can hear me. You cannot hear me. It's Abio. I'm kidding. I believe we can hear me. The law of reciprocity. The law of reciprocity. The law of reciprocity. If you caught that, right on the comment section. Law of reciprocity. 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 Law of reciprocity. If you caught that right on the comment section. Is not clear? All right, hold on. Let's make it clear. Somebody wrote it now. That means please, am I clear enough? Let me know it's not from my end. Am I clear at all? Is there even any glitch? If there's any glitch, just indicate. Okay, some person yes, some person not too clear. Let's try something. Hold up.
Device is ready to pair.
How about now? Is it very clear now? Is it better now? Was there any change? Oh, okay, amazing. I was on Bluetooth before. Sorry. All right. Law of reciprocity. Law of reciprocity. Law of reciprocity. Law of reciprocity. Amazing. Now, as we know, what do you guys mean? I'm not audible. I'm pretty sure I'm audible. Please, I want to make sure everybody's hearing before I move on. Unless somebody that is just trying to not hear, then I won't be able to help you. Can we really hear me? Please, if there's any glitch at all, just let me know. Or is it just clear? Is it okay? Okay, amazing. Then that means this guy I think is not clear. That means it's not from my end, it's from your own end, all right? It's not from my end. Okay, amazing. So the law of reciprocity is what I want to talk about this morning. And yesterday I've studied about this, and yesterday I still had to go back and I listened to different teachers talk about this thing. Because we know in lab when we will study. They said to whom much is given, much is required. See, I may not be a graduate in the whole school academic sector, but I used to tell somebody, if I study more than some people who would think I even graduate. Honestly, without apology, I actually do. And here's the reason. You know why I study? I would normally study because I like studying. I just enjoy learning it. I like seeing something. I'll be like, oh boy, I don't know this one. No. It makes me happy. Knowing that I don't know so much, it makes me curious to want to know more and know more. But another reason is because I still have people that I need to teach something. So imagine if you come to that and I teach you how to become a leader. You log into tomorrow's cell meeting, I teach you how to become a leader. You log in next week, I teach you how to become a leader. What do you think will happen in the 6th day? You will not log in. So part of the reason why I study is, or I've thought about how to study. I'm still going to teach how to study some other day. I'm going to teach you how to study. But part of the reason you study is either to solve problems or to create solutions. And those of you asking what are the difference. So I won't go into that now because I'm not talking about studying. So I'm studying because let me just put it this way. I'm coming to teach. So I have to study something. So and in Laboda Vida, you are not allowed to teach what you do not practice. So if I come out and teach something, learn it first of all, apply it to your life. We're not doing fake teaching here. The what school would normally give you. Teach about things that will never be applied. Yeah, I'm going to teach about the art of study later on, sometime, not now. I've taught it before, but I'm just going to come back to it, but not now. Now I need to study to apply it in real life to be able to tell somebody teach. Now, why do I need to apply it? To teach based on experience. Do we understand? Teach based on experience. Now, the pattern for success might change. The pattern might change. For example, now we're in the connected economy. Revolution moved from industrial revolution to connected revolution to the patterns might change with time and season. Patterns will always change. But principle will never change. It is the same principle of wealth creation from day one. That's the same principle we're using up to today, which is what? Create value in exchange for money. Create a system that exchange that value to make money while you sleep. That is the only way to become financially free. Whether it's the money working for you or people working for you, whichever way, that is the only way. So that is a principal part. That is one that will never change. But the pattern can change. Why? Why can the pattern change? You can create the value by owning a warehouse. For a business, you don't need to own a warehouse, right? So you see that the pattern has changed, but the principle remains the same. So I don't even know I'm deviating, but let me just talk about the law of reciprocity. There's how I teach. When I teach something, I like going deep. So let me talk about why I'm here today, which is the law of reciprocity. And I have very short time, and there's a leader behind me now waiting that's supposed to take over the meeting. Now, who can tell me what the law of reciprocity is? Forget Google right now. Because of our time, let me just go right into it. Now, I've told you something about, for those who have been in my class, when I teach about study, I say when you want to study about a particular thing, what are the two things you go out for before you begin to understand it, before you begin to give it a meaning, before you when I say give it a meaning, I'm talking about statutory definition, which is what the whole world know it as. I'm talking about you giving it a particular definition. There is when you hear something, let me give you an example. If you are coming out of your house now and you see, when we're still thanks so much, the morphology and etymology, Mr. White. That's what you study out for all the words. I'm going to explain what that means shortly. When you see something happen when we're little, maybe we'll go to church, in our church department there, in church Sunday school, and we see some people fighting. We see people fighting or in school or something. And we go back home and our parents ask us, what happened? We start explaining to them based on what our mind gave us, the definition our mind gave us. So our mind at that particular point is the one we trust to give us definition at that particular point. But when we begin to grow up, we begin to look for people to get definitions of things from. We begin to look at people and begin to collect definitions from them, from our pastors, from our teachers in school, from our mentors, maybe in our particular field. we begin to look for people. So people who give definition to what we call effort begins to become our own reality. That's why we always say things like, be very, very, I tell people who are close to me, be very careful the kind of people you listen to. Be so careful. Select the men of God you want to listen to. Select the people, because you don't know. Once somebody says something and you go and plant a seed in your mind, it begins to germinate. You don't control how it germinates. The seed germinates on its own. So when you want to study something, go to on your own. You don't even need to look for I'm talking about, if you're talking about statutory definition now, go to the etymology and the morphology. Etymology is like the origin of this particular word. Morphology is the meaning, because some word comes in some words what is called is prefix and something like that you combine two words. Prefix, right? It's two words combined in one. If you look at a word like resource is not one word, it's two words combined in one. If you go to the etymology, it's two words combined in one, which means source is where you go to get something. Resource is being able to go back and get something from that particular place without that place running dry. So you, as a human being, for you to be resourceful, you have to constantly put things into you that people will keep coming back to get out. When people stop getting things out of you, you are no longer a resourceful human being. That's why people say, I don't have anybody to recommend my business. Why? Because we have a lot of contacts in our phone, but they are not resourceful. They are just human beings. They are not human resource. We say human beings are not, they are no longer human resource. Why? Because they are not resourceful. Okay, so let's go back to the law of reciprocity. The law of reciprocity, let me see the comment section. Whatever you do, the others will be done to you. That sounds like wisdom, but talking about the definition right now. Okay. Yeah, surface and prefix. Okay. What you do for others? Somebody say, what you do for others, God will do for you. Okay, so now when you go, I just talked about etymology and morphology right now. When you go to the etymology, and this the word originated from Latin, which meant reciprocal, which meant the movement of back and forth on a plane surface. The movement of going back and forth on a plane surface. That is the origin of this word. It is a word for something going back and forth on a plane surface. Observe, every single part of that definition is important. Back and forth, why? It has to go back and forth. It has to go back and forth. It has to go back. And on a plane surface, why must it be on a plane surface? Because it has to be equal. If it's going back and forth on a hill and down, it is no longer equal, because it will take more energy to go up the hill than more energy to go down the hill. So the definition, if you go to the etymology of the word reciprocate, because reciprocity comes from the word reciprocate, which means going back and forth on the plane surface. It means what you're giving for what you're getting. So the question this morning is, what are you giving for what you want to get? That is today's teaching. What are you giving for what you want to get? What are you giving for what you want to get? What are you giving for what you want to get? What are you giving for what you want to get? What are you giving for what you want to get? So everything you have right now in your life, you can write this down. Everything you have right now in your life, you give something for it. You can write that down. Every single thing you have in your life right now, you gave something for it. Think about it. Every single thing in your life that you have right now, you gave something for it. And what you gave for it, it is almost of the same value for what you got. Samuel, explain this. I don't quite understand it. Okay, watch this. I have a phone. This is my Samsung. I'm using my iPhone for this meeting, but this is a Samsung. I bought the Samsung and I paid them money and they gave me the Samsung. Now, is it possible for me to sell this Samsung more than the money I got it? Yes, it is possible. What would happen for me to sell Samsung? I will go and repackage it to something else. I will add a bit to this thing. Maybe I'll put flowers behind it and I'll put it somewhere and I'll add another money to it. Observe this. We were buying Coca-Cola in the Hilton's in Seychelles, one bottle for 4,000 naira. How much is Coca-Cola in Hilton's in Nigeria here? 600 naira. Sir. How much Coca-Cola in a bookie shop is 150, 100 naira. But they took this same Coca-Cola and gave a value to it and gave it a name, and we had to pay more for it. Their own is that we're giving you enough value for the money you're paying in comfort, in serenity, in a class. But it is the same value. So when we buy something, this is just water. Water comes with nobody produce. Water comes naturally most times. Water comes naturally, but this water have been packaged into a rubber and given a name. Now this person have put a price tag to this water, so I give him money to collect this water. But what I'm paying for is not just for the water, but I'm paying both for the expertise of thinking about this rubber. I'm paying for the energy, the time it costs him to go and package this water. That's what I'm paying for, not necessarily the water. Not necessarily the water. Never forget that. So when you want to get something, you have to give equal value to what you want to get. So the question is, what value are you giving for what you want to get? You need to answer that question. It is very important to answer that question. It is very important to answer that question. So you want to become a millionaire. What value are you? Ask yourself. Yes, answer this question. And please help me in the comment section. Honestly speaking, for some persons it might be yes, but honestly speaking, for those that have worked before, use your former field where you've worked before. Check out the kind of energy you give them, the value you bring them. With what you're doing currently right now, do you deserve to have 1 million in your account by the end of this month? Help me in the comment section. Honestly, just be honest with yourself. With what you're doing right now, with what you're given, with the law of responsibility, that means I am putting in days. Do you expect, if you were 1 million, do you expect to come back to you? If this was a playing ground, what you're pushing in front, and if the thing is pushed back to you in monetary terms, would you expect it to be 1 million? Help me in the comment section. That's the better way to put it. No, help me. I need us to answer. Put it this way. Just ask yourself, let's assume this is a plain table. It's a plain table. And I push something to that edge of the table. And that thing is pushed back to me in monetary terms. Honestly speaking, before you and your God, do you expect whatever that will push back to you in monetary terms should be worth 1 million? Well, I have a lot of honest people in this meeting today. I know for some persons here it's yes, but for most persons in this meeting right now, it's probably no. It's probably no. So that means you are not reciprocating. For some of you that are typing yes, I know some of you that are typing yes, the answer is honestly no. Because if I unmute you right now, I'm not going to do that because of our time. If I honestly unmute right now, I will begin to demystify some things. You'll be shocked to be like, oh, okay, let me use one person as an example to help others. This is just to help others. Patricia Udofia, you're close. You're the first. So let's help others, please. Patricia Udofia, please accept the unmute in the next 5 seconds. 5. Are you there?
Yes.
Good morning, Ma. Ma, we like people that are muting themselves to be using video. How we go do them now? Can you turn on your video?
I'm on the road.
Oh, are you driving?
Yes.
Oh, then we can't talk now. Ma, you can't talk. We don't promote you to speak when you're driving. Can you park and answer this question? Or should I call us? All right, just park. Don't drive and do this, all right?
Go ahead.
Okay, so the question is, first of all, do you run the business full time?
No. Not yet.
Okay, ma. So, you don't run the business full time yet. That means you have a job?
No, right? I don't have a job.
Are you a retiree?
I'm a retiree.
Oh, okay, you're a retiree. Okay, amazing. All right, so mommy, you worked for 35 years, I believe?
Yes.
Okay, was it your first year work? When did you start this business?
Okay. I just started.
What year? Just give me the year.
I registered in 2020.
Okay,
then
2
I
years
give
ago.
up. Yes, okay, I give up. Okay. I just resume.
Oh, okay, wow. Okay. I mean, I like the honesty. Okay, so let's assume you started in 2020. So when you were working in your job, was it in your second year were you being paid up to $1 million salary?
No.
Okay, what about when you're retiring? I'm not talking about your pension salary. Was it at least up to $1 million?
Of course.
Okay. So how long did you have to work in your job to make $1 million?
Pardon?
How long did you work in your job before they started paying you 1 million naira monthly as salary?
No, I didn't earn 1 million naira as salary. I thought you say when I finished the job.
No. I mean like salary that was being paid to you every end of the month. At your 35 years, did you ever earn 1 million naira salary?
No.
Did you do the job part-time?
No.
Okay, so mommy, let's do this. So you did a job full-time for 35 years.
Yes.
And you were never paid 1 million naira in a single month as salary.
Yes.
And you say that you're doing a business part-time, and you say that the value of bringing to the business is enough to be paying you 1 million naira monthly. Is that fair to the business?
If the business offer me, is an offer. If my new job now, my new business offer me that they will pay me 1 million naira every month, fine. It's a pleasure. I receive it.
No. It was a question I asked. I'm talking about the law of reciprocity. What you're giving for what you're getting.
I will put my effort to get that money.
Sorry?
I'll put my effort to make that money.
I'm not asking if you can put up the effort. I'm asking with the correct effort you are putting right now, right, into the business, do you expect to be making 1 million naira monthly? Honestly.
We just finished our rally. And after that, I am in a class. So I'm not yet going outside to call people in that I will earn that money this month. But in future, I will get it.
No, I'm talking about now. I know, of course, in future is very possible. I'm talking about now.
No.
Okay. So that means you did not get my question before you answered in the comment section. Okay. All right. Okay, that's fine. Thanks so much, ma. All right. So I had to just, I think most people did not understand the question. Let me reiterate this. I said, I'm talking about the law of reciprocity. And I said, everything you have in life is a result of what you've given. Is a result of what you've given. Is it possible to get more from something? Yes, because I can go and take this water and I will spend my energy making out rubber, making out the seal, making out a Seaway logo or whatsoever. And when I put water inside, this same water I collected for like 2 naira or 1 naira, I will now sell it for 150. Why? Because I've put in more energy into making this rubber. Do we understand? So my question now to you is that in our business currently, with the energy you're putting, let's assume we place everything you're putting on the table right now. We believe because let's use the definition. Reciprocity means going back and forth on a plane surface, on a straight line, going back and forth in a straight. That means something that is going like dynamo, is going and coming. So let's assume we put it on a plain table, and we pack all of the effort you put into the business monthly, and we push it to other edge of the table, right? And somebody on that edge of the table push back our effort to us in monetary terms. Do you expect your effort that you've put in, that you've pushed on that side, do you expect it to be up to 1 million naira? That is the question I'm asking. Okay, so I don't think she got the question. So that's the question I'm asking. So if the answer, I know that for most people here, it is definitely, that was why when I was saying yes, I was like, So first of all, if you're doing the business part-time, of course, it's a big no. That is a constant no. I don't even need any magician to talk to me about that one. Okay, it's a constant no. So the question now is, if it's a no, then that means you're not reciprocating. Then for some of you that is a yes, I'm going to give you an idea of some of the things that may be the challenge. I may not be able to give you the exact thing, but some of the things I may say may be the challenge. Because sometimes, I love the way God operates. The way God works with us, He teaches us patience with practical. You know, let me tell you something. Sometimes it is not your ability not to succeed. Sometimes it is not our failure. Let me use the word failure. We don't call it failure, but I don't say not to succeed. It's a whole lot. It's not the failure that weighs us down sometimes. It is the fact that God brings the success very close to us. For example, like the people that are writing yes right now, do you know why they are writing yes? after I asked the question, because they are honestly putting in the effort. They know that they are staying up all night, they are grinding, they are staying in the office to 10 midnight. They are honestly making calls, they are booking until they book until their job start to pay them. And here's how God teaches patience. Somebody who is writing no here, who is saying that I know that what I'm doing, I'm not supposed to be making a millionaire yet. I'm not I never reach. God and the person will be close to their office, those people start making over $1 million. So it is not our failure sometimes that break us. It's fact that people who are not so as a young guy, you say, I don't want to do anything illegal, I don't want to go into this Yahoo thing. You see Yahoo boys blow something. And it will be a Yahoo boy that he prospected when he was broke, and he will say, oh my beg, I don't get time for this thing. And the boy will start doing Yahoo, and in 2 weeks, the boy will blow. And you look at God like, God, I don't understand. So it is no longer our success that paid us. It is the fact that people who we feel, this one self don't finish, begin to succeed, and God brings it to your face. The way God will rub it in our face, sometimes it's just this patience. That's for people that are right. This is why it's for people that are writing yes. I just had to talk about them also. For people that are writing yes. If I really bring up for those who are writing no. For those that are writing yes, I'm giving them much energy. What you need is the patience, because you think you're ready. So sometimes we think we're ready, but we're not. I told one of my leaders who was praying, God give people, and God gave the person, one person that was super fire, who was always something. I'm like, when you are praying, God, give me leaders, give me that. Now God don't give person when they disturb you, you are complaining. That was what you prayed for. What were you expecting? That God should give you that the person just do a business today and boom, have the mindset of Ambassador Nefo and have all his skill level? Of course not. God was going to give you a raw material in Ambassador Nefo's form, or even better than him. It's more like, I refine this person to become this. And not complaining, this person is giving me the person was meant to give you headache. Don't you understand? That is what you need. You need that headache of this person giving you that small headache, that you are constantly active. By the time you're constantly active, you know how to handle it. Because if you cannot handle the person dies off. You now say that tomorrow you're saying, God bless me with leaders. So what happens to the one I gave you? So sometimes it is not the it is so we begin to pray and cry, and we forget that to whom much is given, much is required. And that's for those who are writing yes. That's for those who are writing no. What you need to do right now is to understand one thing. You need to learn how to reciprocate. I tell people, see, anything you want to do it with all might or do not do it. If you have to start that from today, please start. See, don't over. Some of you want to just get to $1 million immediately. No. Oh my God. Start with the small. When I said let's start, I started with one matching bonus in 2 weeks. One matching bonus in 2 weeks, one matching bonus a week, 2 matching bonus a week, 4 matching bonus a week, 1 matching bonus a day, 2 matching bonus a day. Now I'm at 15, now I'm at 30 matching bonus a day. So don't expect us to start up today and boom, get to 30 matching bonus a day. No, now. By the time I want to be getting to like 200 matching bonus daily. Hello? So don't expect to just sit and get to that point immediately. It's not going to happen, because you have to, at all points, at all levels, you have to give equivalent in value for what you're expecting to return, what you're expecting to come back to you. So when somebody comes here and you sign up the person, do not just abandon the person. Because to whom much is given, much is required. And the idea is that the reason you need to reciprocate at all levels is because it will come to you in steps. And any step, so if I use step, it's not by running and going to join another business. It's not by, see, any Goliath you did not kill in aim global, you will kill it in long reach. If you don't kill it in long reach, you will kill it in a short reach. You will kill it in any Goliath you did not kill some, you will kill it in another place. That is why I personally don't even prospect multi-level marketers. If you want to, I'll let you know that you can also something in your own, but if you I'll be like, you have to abandon everything about the other one if you say you want to build a business, but know that same devil you did not kill, you can't kill him here. So that is that you're entering here. It will not be heaven on earth. What I can do is give you what you need to study and maybe help you grow, but don't expect just to walk in and it's going to be a walk in the park. Because for everything you want to receive, you must first of all give. So what are the things to consider in the law of reciprocity? Observe the law of reciprocity now in real life. You must first of all give before you receive. Write that down. You must give before you receive. Or rather, let's put it this way. You must plant before you reap. Because when we talk about law of giving and receiving, some people now think is by going to go and give a beggar. So because of that you receive. No. So let's rephrase it. You must plant before you harvest. Or rather, you must sow before you reap. So even though the law of reciprocity said that when I sow, I return equivalent in value what I'm giving. So what do I need to do? You must sow before you reap, or you must plant before you harvest. Whichever you want to put it, you shall get what I'm talking about. But we prefer use the word sowing and reaping. You must sow before you reap. What does that mean? You cannot reap what you've never sown. You cannot reciprocate in return first before giving. Now, remember, reciprocate means forward first before backwards. That means you must first of all go forward. So you must first of all push something to the table before they push things back to you. You must first of all plant before you receive. You don't receive and be like, okay, from this now I've received, let me plant. No. It is after you plant that you receive. From what you receive, you can now remove from there and get a seed out of what you receive. Because everything you plant, what you plant is a seed. But when they germinate and they bring out fruit, get this thing about fruit. Fruit carries seeds. Oh my God, this is not. See, I want. Please, after this meeting, remember what we said in our meetings. Don't just be a robot and take. Go and study on your own. Go crazy. Go online. Type reciprocity. Read books about reciprocity right now. It will begin to teach about some things. When you're given, not that you're receiving. So at any point you're giving, you're planting. When I say planting for our business, it's about both the account you start with. When you present, how do you present? That's why any presentation I'm not ready to present, I will not handle it. Because I know I cannot do less than one. They say the highest is 100%, but me, I cannot do less than 120%. I can't. So if I'm not giving 120%, you see, any day you see me ever somewhere, if I don't want to talk to you, I will not talk to you. If someone says, Mr. Sam, can I just have 5 minutes with your time? And I say, okay, let's do this. If I don't want to give that, I will not start that conversation. Because if I give that 5 minutes, I'm going to give you, at this particular point in my life, everything I'm doing right now is channeled towards helping you. I forget I even exist as a human being. I literally become a human tool to help you. That's what I do at that particular 5 minutes. So when you say, so reciprocating our business does not necessarily mean a particular thing. It's in everything. So when you're closing a prospect, shut down everything in your business. At this point, just know that what I'm about to give this person right now is what I'm going to receive in return. So if I want to receive sign up in return, what am I going to plant right now? Then boom, get to work. So your choice of word begins to change. The way you speak to the person begins to change. The way you smile, the kind of jokes you throw, it begins to change. The way you even make the person feel comfortable begins to change. The way you inspire the person begins to change. Why? Because you're planting what you want to receive. Because that assume the words you are saying will return to you in terms of money. So how are you going to plan the words? When you go out to prospect, reciprocate, just assume that as I'm going to give out this questionnaire, I want to give out this questionnaire, somebody wants to make $1 million. So how would I give it out? Boom. Oh my God, you guys are not feeling me. As I want to make let's assume this call I'm making, as I finish this call right now, boom, I get an alert of $1 million. How would I make that call? Then reciprocate. Give it out. Remember, you don't make the 1 million before you feel relaxed. I'm like, hey. So I'm calling you from the Cisgate Revolution Project office. Are you responding to us? No. You first of all make the call like somebody wants to receive before you receive. That's what the law of reciprocity states. It is a sowing first before you reap. If we reap before we sow, nobody will be sowing. If I had to reap before I sow, nobody would sow. I will strictly focus on the reaping part. I would be a good reaper. I mean, grim reaper wouldn't have nothing on me on how much I would be reaping. But the Lord has said that we have to sow first of all before we reap. So we need to understand that to whom much is given. So with also upgrading your account is also sowing. So we say I want to run a business and I want to make the millions. So how do you sow? What are you reciprocating? You understand, right? So now that I've sown in terms of starting the business, how do I work when somebody wants to make $1 million? Reciprocate, give it out. So at any point, so that's why I tell people, anything you don't want to do, do not do. Don't do it at all. Don't do. If you know how much I hate ineffectiveness, ask people who are close to me, they'll tell you that Mr. Sam will match you. Like I would almost, the only thing that would remain is just for me to get violent with you, both verbally and physically. I would just, you do this. If you're a person who is always in, you look like a flu to me. You look like a plague. You can't even come close to me. If I'm passing this road, I can't even be passing the same road. I will go and turn around if I see you. That's how much I hate ineffectiveness. People who are not willing to who are not willing to give for what they want to receive. Because you cannot receive if you do not give. And to whom much is given, much is required. To whom much is given, much is required. So the more that is being placed in your hands, the more that you have to handle and deal with. So the point is that, see, everybody here is a leader. Everybody here is a leader, no matter how sluggish you are. Because when we say, I'm naturally quiet. Yes, it's true. But you can be quiet and effective. You can be quiet and effective. You must not be everywhere. Hey, no, no, you must not be making noise. You can be quiet. Have you seen Engineer T talk? He talks like Jim. Have you seen Jim Rohn talk? He's selective. You can be quiet and effective. You must not be here. You must not come into the show and be shouting like Mr. Sam. You must not be that way. You can be calm and effective. And in fact, there's this killer thing that comes with being calm and effective even. You can be calm and effective. The point is being effective. You cannot be a human that is not, is it unresourceful? Is the word unresourceful? You cannot afford not to be resourceful. That's what I'm trying to explain. Everybody's a leader here. Whether you're leading your family, your children, your in a church, in whatever you're leading, every single person in this meeting right now is a leader. Everybody. Everybody's a leader. In fact, if you don't have anybody you're leading yourself. And sometimes the hardest thing to lead is yourself. But this thing about leadership is that God places it whereby when we're reciprocating, we're growing in steps. So because each level have its own pressure. Some people joined my leaders, some people were organized to leaders group in my team recently, and they were shocked what they meant. They thought it's going to be correlations that you are not a leader. Oh boy, your work just increased. Oh. This leadership thing comes with more of everything. More of the money, more of the blessing, more of the devil, more of the challenge, more of the work. When you're promoted in your office and you have a job, you're being paid for more pressure. Are we understanding? They are giving you more money to solve more problems. So some of you are doing some challenges right now. In fact, the challenge you're going through is the fact that you're being trained for the next level of leadership. Oh yeah, you can clap for yourself wherever you are. You're being trained for the next level of leadership. So what I want to do right now is not to let it break you. If you can afford to keep reciprocating, don't let it break you. Don't let it pull you down. Don't let it tie you down. And learn how to manage it and learn how to manage the stress of the next level. Then boom, you get to the next level. I like the way TD Jakes is when he said that he's like this when you go to ShopRite. When you go to ShopRite and when you get close to the door at this close proximity and the door just open on its own. Go to this right, just open on its own. That's what happens. When you're ready and you clear this level of leadership, the next step, you've progressed to this level and you have the result begins to come to you. Getting to the next level will be easier because the door just opens. Don't get me wrong, you might have stretched, you might have weighed you down, you might have torn your skin, but doors start to open for you to go to the next level. So at all points, just know that every human being you see is either dealing with a conflict, just finished dealing with a conflict, or is about to start dealing with a conflict. Because when you come out from where I come from, come out back there, and you start moving from steps to step, going from precepts to precepts, one level from one step to another step, sometimes life moves us in steps. And you want to pray that life moves you in steps. So people are looking at you like, oh boy, look at this particular person. You can be who you want to be. You can be who you want to be, and you are where you want to be. Everything about your life have moved on except the person of who you are. So you're looking at yourself like, I'm on a mean now. What's change? Everybody allowed to see that you've changed. You don't know how you're not seeing anything. So how you even know you're blessed is that God moves you in steps. God moves you in steps. Some blessings are too early for some people. I'm telling you the honest truth. You can hate me as much as you want. I'm not even a nice person, so you can hate me. So you want to go from the basement straight to the penthouse in one step, one elevator. You don't want to take the elevator, trust me. Trust me. Because when you take the elevator, boom, you have crowd of people to work with. People are calling you by 12 midnight. People are calling you by 2 a.m. You're just a quiet person. All of a sudden, you're getting called by 2 a.m. from somebody complaining that, I bet my leader, this, whatever, somebody's crying in your head. Somebody's calling from this, somebody's calling from that. They are waiting for you in the office. Your second will tell you, there are 7 people in the office waiting for you already. You're getting your call. You're not looking at your phone. There are people calling that, Mr. How did you do this? It begins to overwhelm you. What was supposed to be a blessing becomes a curse. Why? Because you did not grow to that level of leadership. So when you're going through these challenges, thank God for it. What I do is that thank God for it. God, I thank for this level of opposition, level of challenge, level of this level of discipline, this level of struggle, this level of this, because I know that you won't bring me here if I don't have a better place, if you're not reciprocating something in return for it. So here's how this works. It makes you get to a point where like, okay, I'm comfortable now. Everything is okay. God, I'm calm now. This is working fine. That is working fine. That is working fine. Boom. You're not back in a situation where you're learning again, where you're struggling again, where you're dealing with some things. I would never think in my life that I'll ever make $1 million a month and still have a challenge in my life. Think about it. I would never believe in my life, good morning, ma, that I would never, the inside. I would never believe in my life that I would ever have a challenge in my life, and I would never make $1 million in my life and I'll still have challenges. Because it's how this works. Because by the time you enter the next level, you realize that everything you learned on the first level may not necessarily be what you need for the next level. And you need a higher capacity. Those of you who have children, you know what I'm talking about. Because you when you had children, your first child, you had what this particular child liked. He liked this particular thing. He did this way. This one was he just you say this by person, once he do this one, he do this one. Once I tap his back, he'll stop crying. Once I give his up, but the second one will just come all of a sudden. He's the opposite of the first one. So you have to start learning new things. You're always at the doctor, buying new toys, doing all this thing. Why? Because you're being open to a higher capacity. But God is so gracious that he leads us in stages. See, Jesus said that he does it periodically. So he'll stop the process and allow you to evaluate where you are, allow you to cry your cry, feel your feeling, accept it, deal with it, deal with your heart. Let your heart accept this. Let your capacity grow to this. Let you understand where you are. People are jealous of you and envious of you, and you're looking at you, and it's not that you're looking at yourself and you perceive yourself as if you're the way you've always been. But the steps of God, the way it positions us, it keeps taking us higher and higher and higher. And we're looking back, we're like, I don't feel a change. But externally, tremendous things are happening. Why don't you feel the change? Because you're growing in steps. Oh my God, I was feeling me this morning. Because you're growing in steps. If you're not growing in steps, it's dangerous. So at every point, don't wait for things to get better to reciprocate. I don't want you to break. I don't want you to bow. I don't want you to quit. I don't want you to allow it overwhelm you. I don't want you to run in the midst of the process. Because when you stop in the steps, you remain in the steps. Keep your mind together. Keep your head together. Keep your energy together. Keep your joy together. Be joyful. Do something. Let me give you a secret I always do. When somebody asks you, how are you doing? Say, I am always fine. Bro, I'm telling you, man, what God has prepared for you, you're not even ready for it. God is not trying to prepare a blessing for you. I always say this. He's trying to prepare us for the blessing. How do you think God is trying to prepare a blessing for you? What do you mean? He's preparing you for the blessing. You will not give a 2-year-old child a car key. Why? Because what was supposed to be. So sometimes your ability to be considered a good parent is depending on how on the timing of giving your child that blessing. So would you be called a good child if you give a 5-year-old child a car key to go get you some groceries? No, you'll be considered a devil. But if that child was 20 years old and you gave him that car key and you bought him a car, everyone will celebrate you as a good parent. Why? It is the same car, the same blessing. The road did not need to change. The car did not need to change. The child did not change. What changed was time. So the timing is also important. Why? Because you need to grow your capacity. So if at this point you are not reciprocating at the level that will give you the small results, you cannot reciprocate. You don't have the capacity to reciprocate at a higher level. That is today's training. Man, I hope I helped somebody today. So I'm going to summarize by telling you to take another step. So if you feel, for those who wrote yes, you feel I'm reciprocating enough, then take another step. Take another step. When you go out to present, see, when you want to teach somebody, one person walks into your office and say, and say, I have a question. Don't say, let me see your reservation code yet. I have a question. Oh, sit down, sit down, sit down. See, at that particular point, become a robot. Shut down your life. Nothing about you at that particular point matter anymore. Shut down. Focus on the person. So tell me what's the challenge. See, people have challenges. And if you want to get paid a lot of money, forget it. Solve other people's challenges. When money comes to you, solving your challenge will be way easier. I sent my mom a lot of money this morning, and I sent it before sale meeting. She has been calling me to sell meeting, and I've been cutting it. If I tell you how much I sent my mom now, it will shock all of you here. Like, if go and check how much a deputy, no, who is the highest organ? We check the last time Mr. Fim shared something. The highest organ of police, that one that earns the highest money. The money he earns as a salary, the highest organ in police. That one I used to be is it Inspector General, something like that? I don't even care to know about any of that. That kind of money he earns. I said to my mom this morning before sale meeting. Before sale meeting started. She has been calling me. I'm just cutting the cord because I'm the one handling sale meeting. Yeah, Inspector General. The blessings that are coming to you, you are not even ready for it. God is not preparing blessing for you. Okay, I'm preparing a blessing. He said I'm preparing a table before you. It's not I'm preparing your blessing. The blessing is ready. The table is you. Are you ready? Are you ready to sit on the table? But how would you say you're ready and go, okay, here's the blessing, but you don't want to give to receive that blessing. You don't want to reciprocate. When you don't reciprocate, because everything we have in life, we gave it away. But most of you are making passive income. Yes, because I built the leaders. How God, you're not getting me now. You didn't help me build the leaders. Do you know how many times I had to cry because my leaders were doing the wrong thing? I would give them instruction, guys. This is how we're supposed to do it. They will just be like, they will not even show up to the office out of who is he talking to us. Those were the sowing seasons, but I was still praying to God. God, I cried many times. Some of you do not know this, but many times. Not because I was not making, but because of the people not following instruction. I'm like, guys, this fucking people that have accepted wanted to grow a business with me. Do not ask them if you know my mastermind. Not that I've shut down my mastermind group. I will shut up like everybody get out. I'm no longer interested. Go and do your thing. Now let me do my thing. Let me build my business by myself. But God will see to hit my come on. I'll be like, God give them to me. I can't abandon them. I'll go and pick them back up again. The problem, everybody listen, the challenge was not them. It was never them. It was me. And by the time thank God I found out on time. It was never them, it was me. When I began to change, everything began to change. When I began to accept, I'm not reciprocating enough. I'm not giving enough what I'm requesting. I'm not giving enough. I don't deserve to ask for this. Why? Because I'm not giving it. That was a simple truth. So when I started to do that, everything began to change. So for today, reciprocate everything you want to get. Reciprocate. At every level you are, reciprocate. At every time you wake up, reciprocate. At every time you are a human being, reciprocate. And every time you decide to do something, assume that this I'm giving back. Let me give back enough value for what I want to receive in return. You want to build leaders that will be in turn doing activities that will pay you up to $1 million passively. Then build them like people who you're building as leaders. Give them everything. Go stay up all night learning the skills to teach them. Don't do it out of comfort. Don't do it out of convenience. Stay up all night. When we finish studying, like as right now, on your own, go back and start studying reciprocity. Learn it. Learn some things. And when you learn it, say, okay, let me try this out. Call process to the office. Try it out. And you work. Like, oh my God. This is just work. Call your guys, come, sit down. I just learned something. I studied about reciprocity and I read this particular thing and I did so, and here's what happened and I learned it. Or everybody go and try it out. Remember, when they try it out and it works out for them, it becomes passive for you. But when you're not learning enough to give to them, you're expecting them to generate code from where? When you didn't put enough in them for them to have the capacity to reciprocate the level you want them to be at. All right, so I hope I've helped you this morning. I've taken out almost the whole time for the summit. Ambassador Mr. Fems, who just summarized already 8 o'clock. I was supposed to speak for 40 minutes. You're welcome, man. You're welcome. Good morning. I was supposed to speak for 40 minutes, but I hope I've been able to help this morning. And I'm sorry I did not use slide. They were cleaning the house and all of that. The cleaners are in the house. Okay, so I'm sorry I did not use slide, but I hope we got value today. So thanks so much, ladies and gentlemen. I'll have to transfer to the gladiator. I believe it's the Vision Gladiator. I believe the gladiator himself. All right. So thanks so much for having me, ladies and gentlemen. You guys are amazing. And I'll have to bring up our one and only elite vision leader. I love the way this man operates. He's a focused person. He's too focused, and when he speaks, value drops. Okay, decision makes men came from this man. So my elite decision makes men. So Leonard makes sense. Ladies and gentlemen, help me in the comment section. Welcome our one and only elite vision leader, Mr. Femi Peter Modupe. You're welcome, sir. The screen is yours.
Thank you so much, sir. Wow, wow. If you have gotten value so far, type, just go and begin to just pour your heart in the comment section. Find a way to celebrate him. If you have gotten value so far, it's not even about slide. No. Appreciate him. It's a whole lot. It's a whole lot to dish out this morning. The law of reciprocity. I'm just going to talk about, take a little bit deeper, and then we'll close. He has finished all the whole work already. Ladies and gentlemen, have you gotten value so far? I believe you are loaded already. This is the foundation of our business. This is the foundation of our business. Please, if you can hear me, please just type 1. Let me be sure. Let me be sure. Can you hear me? Just type 1. Okay. The Sam has done a very good job this morning. Do you know who knows the law that governs a man and a woman? Or I should just rephrase. Why is the baby very valuable? Okay, or I should come from this. I should come from this angle. What does a man gives to a woman, and then she gives him something? Okay, and then what comes out? Okay, okay, seed, right? And then what comes out? Then she give a baby, right? So how long does the baby stays in the womb? How long does the baby stay in the womb? Okay, 9 months. If you had come out 2 months or 3 months in the womb, what would they refer you to as? Hey. Ay, 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 ay. What he just taught you this morning is Sam has told some people here the secret of how they can make 1 million naira every single month. Anything of value takes process. A baby becomes valuable because, first of all, the husband had to give something, right? And then she now give back. So you must reciprocate. In fact, there are some people in our cell meeting that have never taught anybody anything. You have teammates or leaders, you have not yet even sat down to teach them something. There's a time that Dr. Victor defined who a leader is. He said a leader is somebody who has already started carrying his team independent of you. You can't have a baby tomorrow by impregnating 9 women today. So, do you now understand that the law of reciprocity is even deeper because he has given you the nitty-gritty of what you can do, especially in this period of ED 3.0. What is our theme for the year? Building what? Leaders, right? So who now wants to know how to become successful, how to make a millionaire every single month? I remember, he was saying that after making 1 millionaire, there's still challenges. I'm telling you. I remember I started making 1 millionaire, and I needed to, I knew I needed to get to, 10 million naira. So I wrote out a check and wrote it there and took it to the mastermind, and then he signed at the back of it. Then I posted that on my wall. Okay, I had some check, like I wrote a check. I had that check in my wallet. And what happened is that I began to vibrate in that dimension, because I knew that 1 million naira is like 1,000 to me. I was looking at it as very big then, you know, and there was still more challenges. I was like, you forget that you're a family man or something. The moment you get to one level, you see, I need to make more. Then what happens? You begin to increase your capacity. You begin to read books. You begin to listen to. You begin to develop. You begin to help your teammates. You begin to travel everywhere to start helping them. Those are the vibrations that that was taught by David Imonite. So, what is that thing that you need to do to enter Millionaire Circle, to enter Two Comma Club members? Who knows? I will give you in one sentence. Who knows? From this cell meeting, there's one thing that you must do to begin to make a million naira every single month. A summary of our business. Become a leader, okay? No. Reciprocate, okay? Everything here is part of it. Give value, okay? Go ahead. Just got position, duplicate, no. You sow, build and train leaders, okay? Build leaders, okay? Thank you. Promoting is to reciprocate, no. All these things that I'm saying, do presentation, talent statistics, grinding, team building, build leaders, become a leader, okay? There's only one thing that I'm looking for. Go ahead, work smart, be fruitful, study, presentation back to back, no. Positioning, no. Giving, sir. Prospecting, no. Everything is just ingredients, right? To rise by leading your team, develop yourself, connect people, leading your team to attempt to reciprocate, no. Build leaders, become a leader, keep sowing, give value worth 1 million naira. No. Everything you said so far they are just basically ingredients. Who wants to know what you should do? 20 in 30 days is part of the journey now. Uh-huh. Don't forget that he said that so people, if God should bring success to them and they're not ready, they will crash. They become a leader. Okay, build leaders. There's one thing I'm looking for. So do you want to know now? Should I tell you should I tell you now? If you are ready, say I'm ready. Let me tell you now. If you are ready, say I'm ready now. Let me tell you now. Somebody said become a full-timer. Full-timer is an ingredient. Is an ingredient. Yes. Having office space is an ingredient. All right. Recruit massively is an ingredient. Let me tell you how to become a superstar. What you need to do. 20 in 30 days, 36 codes is an ingredient. All right. What will give you financial freedom in our business is build leaders and make them successful. Everybody go and write it in the comment section. If your leaders are not here or your downlines, they've missed already. Build leaders and make them successful. I've just given you the secret. That is all. Build leaders and make them successful. If you're not writing it down, you are on your own. They will abandon you this year. People will leave you behind. You'll be seeing 19-year-olds making 1 million by this time, April or June. Build leaders and make them successful. Yeah. If you're my team, I posted this book already. Every information about this already. Once you understand this, everything that Sam said today, you will go and digest it. You will digest it, reciprocate, reciprocity, build leaders, and make them successful. So before I go, I would tell you how to begin to identify or how to do. I call it. It's like a test. It's like a test. Okay, I can call it the sincerity test. Everybody writes the sincerity test. How do you know who to focus on now? So before you even begin to reciprocate to anybody now, all right, what do you do? What is the sincerity test? Yeah. Please pay attention. The first thing you begin to ask anybody now, across board, anybody that is joining your team now, ask them the first. There are three questions that you must ask. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? The first is, how do you feel about this business? How do you feel about this business? Write it down now. Write it down in your book now. Write it down in your book now. How do you feel about this business? Then you are going to look for three answers. You will look for three answers. If the person says, are you ready? If the person says, well, I will try. If the person says, well, I will try, this is the weakest form of commitment. The person you have just signed up is a distributor that will come and go. Please pay attention. Yeah. Pay attention. If the person said, well, I will try, that person is a temporary distributor that will come and go. Number two, if the person says, I will do my best that I can, well, this is much better. Many of our best distributors make this commitment. Okay, this is much better, right? Okay, but many distributors still make this commitment anyway. But you are looking for the last one. Are we ready? If the prospect says, I will do whatever it takes, yeah, I will do whatever it takes, this is the person you are looking for. This is the person you are looking for. Then what do you do after you have gotten this? What do you do? The cell meeting of Sam today now will not make sense to you. Abi? You will now bring the person closer. Am I communicating? Distributors come and go. Leaders build to last. So for you to begin to earn 1 million every single month, build leaders and make them successful. Okay? Build leaders and make them successful. Once you hear, I will try, I will do blah, 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 just zero your mind. Some can just be distributors, okay? Because once you now have them, once God now brings leaders to your domain now, you begin to apply that law of reciprocity. Nurture them, teach them, help them. If they call you by 10 p.m., 10 a.m., 2 p.m., 2 a.m., and except if there's an emergency or something, pick their call and close down. If you know how many close down I do in a day for VIPs, for people and all that, three-way calls. That is the beginning. If you teach, you nurture. But so if you're just collecting in sell meeting, collecting, you are not grooming anybody. You are not ready to become a millionaire in the business. So the sell meeting of today, he has told you how to apply that law. So what do you now need to do? Become a leader first, all right? Grow leaders and make them successful. All right. I believe we've gotten value so far. And my prayer is this, that the race is on now and everybody is beginning to run the race. So the question is this: if you don't apply this principle this year, people will leave you behind. I'm telling you, the fastest person that raises leaders in the organization rises to the top. The fastest person, I'll come again, the fastest person that does what? That raises leaders rise to the top. The fastest person that raises leaders rises to the top. So what is the secret again of how to make a millionaire in this business? What is the secret, the ultimate secret? Once more, let's go back and type it again once more in the comment section. All right. Thank you, Mr. Erasmus. Please don't forget to, how do you feel about it? Begin to ask the question now so that you know where to channel your energy. If you don't ask these questions and you go and channel energy to the wrong place, you will not forgive yourself. Build leaders and make them successful. God bless you all. Who will I think Dominion is still here.
Oh
Build
yeah,
leaders.
thanks so much, Leader Fans. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Uh,
Over to you, sir.
all right, thanks so much, Leader Femi. Amazing one. Thanks so much for that summary. So I'm just going to leave us with a catchphrase for today. So we can use it as energy pusher for today when you're grinding, when you're out there making the moves. And the catchphrase is feed what you want to feed you. Let me say that again. Feed what you want to feed you. The reason the tree would throw back its seed at the ground is because the ground is feeding the tree. Whenever that circle is broken, there's a problem. That was why I was looking at this story when Christ caused that fig tree. Say, well, it's occupying this. Why is it occupying the ground? It caused it because it wasn't reciprocating. That means when you're not reciprocating, you're living under a curse. All right. So the kind of today is feed what you want to feed you. So thanks so much, ladies and gentlemen. Leader Dominion, you there? All right, Dominion, help handle the closing declaration.
All right. Thank you so much, boss. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right, so quickly, before we take closing declaration, let me just say one thing. Now, there's one question boss asked. He said, what you are currently doing, is it what the amount you want to make from the business? And it's so true. So many of us give our business minimum commitment and we expect to make maximum results. It doesn't work that way. And I'm sure we already gotten the message. Thank you so much, Early Vision Leader Samuel. Thank you so much, Early Vision Leader Femi. Thank you so much. You people are powerful. We're going to bring results and make you all proud, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, it's right about time to take the declaration again. All right. I want to see energy. Somebody say E for energy. I want to see energy. I want to see energy. Now you know the deal. First of all, your video has to be on. If you are leaving the meeting now, hold it there. Hold it. Stop there. If you're about to leave, hold it. We are taking declaration, okay? This is not the time to leave. This is the time to declare. It's the time to declare, okay? Now, I'm seeing so many me on the chat box, and I like it. But what you're going to do for me is to quickly raise up your hand. Oh, yes, Stephen, of course, Stephen. I hope your video is on. I'm not seeing anybody's video on, though. If your video is not on, please don't raise your hand. Okay, yes, I can see Gerard's video is on, so I'm going to unmute you. Hello, Gerard. How are you doing? I can see Isaac Sunday. Hello. I'm going to unmute you. Stephen video is on. I'm going to unmute you. Then Peter Success.
Hello, good morning, beautiful people all over the world. How are you doing? Alright, Nkoli's video is on also. I'm going to unmute you. Alright, now kindly accept the unmute. Kindly accept the unmute. Are you guys ready?
Good morning, ma'am.
Hi, good morning. Are you ready? Are you ready?
Yes,
Yes,
we
we
are
are
ready.
ready.
Oh,
Ready.
beautiful. But I'm not seeing your faces. Let me see your faces. Alright, are you ready?
Yes, we are ready.
Oh, perfect.
Yes,
Alright,
yes.
so
Ready.
yes. Now, Stephen, you're going to lead us on the declaration. Where and the rest of us are